Well, hello. It's Hardy's Fishing Adventures. I've been fishing about an hour. I just had my first fish. A lovely plump roach. I'm going to just slip him quickly into the keep net. Nice deep water under him. Now, I'm not joking. I've just fished for the first time with my 13-metre pole extension that I got. This is a Caperlan pole in 3 pieces at the moment. I have the new extension. I thought it was quite sloppy. It's not actually. It's a little heavy. I mean, God blimey. It's a cheap pole, 180 quid. Well, it's 180 quid. Euros, I should say. And you buy, top kit is 60. Capping kit is 50. A holder is about 95. Anyway, by the time you bought the whole thing, I could have bought a 13-metre matrix pole kit. Now, I didn't have the option when I originally bought my pole, but I do now. So it's rather annoying that a year later that I can now have the opportunity to buy a matrix 13-metre pole set, but I'm fishing with a Caperlan pole outfit. But I catch loads of fish short, 9 metres. 4 to 9 metres is my preferred range. So 9 metres is tench all along this line. So I'm fishing today with Fjuka baits again, and I just threaded a white micro 3mm up the hook and had a fish. I tried the 7mm neons. I just put them into these tubs. These are my 5mm, and there's all my micros in there, and this is my other baits. Micro whites are in here, 5mm are all in here, and yeah. So today I'm using NGT rigs again. Lovely floats, really nice. Using a size 16 hook. I changed that hook over actually. After a bit of a tangle, I had to do a new hook link. Well, that was my fault. So I've got 3. Let's just put this up here out of the way. Just keep that. No, that's a landing net. I've got 3 top kits out, but I've only actually made 2. Sorted out one of the Caperlan Carp shallow. These are beautiful floats. I've set it up shallow. This is at I think it's at 7 meters. Yeah, 7 meters. I've got the, of course, the good old Caperlan cupping kit. Fits on either the R or the 500. There's a 500R and then a 500. I bought the 500 because it was 180. The R was like 250 at the time, and I thought, wow. I looked. One was slightly heavier. That was the 500R, and in the comments they said this one was much better for playing carp. So that's the one I went with, and it is. It's very good for playing carp. So I'm going to rebait in a minute with a white micro. I'm fishing out at, well, I've got 13 meters set up, but I'm actually out at 12.5 meters. When I feel like that is 13 meters because the 11 meter pole actually measures 11.45 meters. I have a 1 meter extension which puts me at roughly 12.5 meters. And I have the 1.8 meter extension that will put me out at 13.3 meters, but I always keep at least a meter for the balance. That really does help. So yeah, the wind has been changing all day. All this scum line was at the top of the lake, now it's coming back again. Yesterday was a feeder competition. and they were allowed 8 kilos of bait, and knowing them, they put it all in. So I'm literally just scratching today. I thought I would get possum shat bites, but I haven't. And now I know there's plump roach out there, I'm going to cautiously try and cup in at. I cupped in at. What did I cup in at? 11 metres? So I'll try and cup in at 12, between 11 and 12 metres. There's no science to this for me. I just kind of like, I like a large area ground, but I have tried fishing directly on top. That just means every possum shat heads to that spot, and it makes a build up of possum shats, which kind of stops every other fish wanting to have a look, because they're well armoured. If you've ever come across a possum shat, they are well armoured. 3 massive spikes on them, even on the babies. And unfortunately, if I do catch any possum shats, it is my job today to dispatch of them. So it's not something I enjoy, but I know it's got to be done, or there will be no fish left in the pond, only possum shats. There are ponds, small ponds, where everything's dead apart from possum shats. The rivers are void of native fish, only possum shats. So it is a bit of a nightmare. So yeah, today's ground bait is a mix of 4x4 carp and some 2mm cell pellet, a little bit of surface. So when you put a little ball in, you get this colour all the way down in a layer. Wonderful. In a layer? No. In like a funnel. Yeah, something like that. So yeah, it's a beautiful day. It's 12 o'clock. It's forecast to be 34 degrees. I'm in my favourite shady spot. There will be some sun later, but that's later. I've just put a new video up. I was at 398 subscribers. Thank you everybody that subscribed. I know I haven't got the content, quality content at the moment, I'm afraid, because I am waiting on cameras. I gotta buy some decent cameras. I'm filming on a phone all the time. You're not seeing me catching, you're not seeing me landing, you're not seeing half of the fish. And as I said on that video, it's like a magnet. As soon as you have a fish on, 8 people will appear. There was nobody in the park beforehand, but if you get a fish on, everybody appears. And then while you're trying to sort it out, they're all watching, standing right next to you, and think, I ain't getting any photos with this. I got a beautiful photo the other day. Guy helped me with that one. That was a £10 carp, and that was on a single Fjuka yellow. I was very surprised. I was fishing for tench actually, and I also had a nice £8 one on 2 discs of 10mm bread punch, and I had another one on 2 pieces of blay. That was £6. Blay is wheat, sorry. You know when you buy like chicken feed or whatever, you get a bag of wheat, don't you? Over here they eat it. It's called blay, and it's parboiled like barley. You know, same thing. I did try barley here. Brilliant bait. That is going to be a winter bait for sure. Barley for roach. Wheat also is very good. I covered it in turmeric. They loved it. Oh my, the roach said. And yeah, they loved it. So that's an old fact. I remember old Chris Yates covering his maggots in turmeric. You know, I remember certain little bits like that. I mean, they always fish bread flake, maggot, and that. Maggot I've given up on. The heat of the summer in France just turns maggots, even in the fridge, useless. So I'm going to... No, sorry, that's not true. They're great in the fridge until you take them out. I can keep them in the fridge for 10-12 days and they won't even move because we've got an air fridge. It's fantastic. You put anything in there, fruit or anything, it stays ages. and maggots do as well, unless they're pinkies and they escape through the bait box and go for a walk. Yeah, that's different. Did wonder why the fruit drawer was moving. So friend's up there, he's fishing for carp. He does very well. He's got the patience for it. I gave up on carp fishing ages ago. Now I want to see the float going under. I want to see roach. Even possum shats for the moment. But yeah, fishing an hour, had a beautiful roach. Just building the swim. Can take a couple of hours to build a swim here, so I'm going to get a couple more cups of ground bait out there. Just watching all the swifts and swallows. These actually look like house martins, actually, these ones. Don't hear them singing Caravan of Love though. But yeah, no, it's a gorgeous day. We're fishing. All is well in the world. Well, I've just had this one. I changed rigs. Went down to a size 18. Barbed this time, micro barbed, because I'd lost so many roach on the big 16 barblers. So, yeah, change. Red micro, and got this beauty. Well, I've gone on the surface with yellow Fjuka 5mm and firing out loads of 3mm, and straight away lots of bites. Well, look at this! What a beauty! I'm going to call you Starburst. Look at those scales. Well, this was on 1mm elastic and a size 18, and I literally had to shuttle out every section I had available. Played it for about 10 minutes. So give it some water, and we're going to get him back in the water. Look, he looks like he's running, doesn't he? Oh, bless. Let's get it back in the water. Well, I tell you, today is hard work. Wind's picking up, it's changed direction twice, the scum line's moved, and I've had 2 bites. One was a nice roach, one was nothing. Well, I've just free-handed out a ball of ground bait. Luckily it landed right near the float. And I've just had a touch, but I don't know. Could be too much ground bait in the possum shat scammer, or it could actually be roach, but they're not swallowed. I just lost a roach, so play it by ear. Well, this stunning male tench, not very big, but he just took a yellow Fjuka. Well, it's a simple rig. I've got 2 float stops coming down to a swivel to stop this making a mess, and then 16 hook single pellet.